Welcome to the third bonus episode of the Everything podcast, and in this episode, I'm going to be reviewing the another classic Doctor Who story titled "The Moonbase." So yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about, and it's actually going to be looking a little bit differently due to time constraints. Because what I would do, or the plan, was to do like five stories, five Doctor Who reviews in one episode. Now, because if it was like it is now, where it was like 45 to a minute to an hour per story, then I would do that. But they're not. They're like 2, 3 hours. So I wouldn't be able to do that and get them out as quickly as I want to do. So what I'm going to do is, because in classic Doctor Who, there were stories that were like four, six, I think even more. I think we got some tens and twelves as well. Um, that we're going to spread it out. That's what I'm going to do for my review. So for the last episode, well, yeah, kind of in a similar thing. So I'm going to do a review, and then I'm going to do some news and do it that way. But it'll just be like so. Uh, there'll be all four parts of the moon base in this episode, as well as part one of Evil of the Daleks as well. So yes, that is what's coming up in the third bonus episode of the Everything podcast. Next up will be my review of the Moonbase episode one. So that's right. Next up is my review of episode one of the Moonbase. Episode one of the Moonbase was broadcast on the 11th of February 1967. It starts off with the theme tune. The TARDIS is crashing with the Doctor, Jamie, Ben, and Polly inside. The Doctor manages to stop the TARDIS from crashing. The Doctor tries to figure out why the TARDIS was crashing. Polly believes that the TARDIS has landed on Mars. Ben believes that the TARDIS has landed on the moon, as does Jamie. The Doctor believes that TARDIS crashing was just a bumpy landing. Ben and Polly try to convince the Doctor to let them explore the moon. Jamie, Ben, Polly, and the Doctor exit the TARDIS. They are all in spacesuits. Ben and Jamie jump whilst in their spacesuits. Polly does the same. Ben, Polly, and the Doctor find a dome, and Jamie seems unconscious. Two people kidnap Jamie. The Doctor, Ben, and Polly enter the building where Jamie was kidnapped and taken through. They seem to be in a lab. One of the crew members falls asleep. An alarm sounds through a machine. The crew member that fell asleep seems to have an infection that is spreading. Another crew member follow, follow, falls asleep. Yeah, and alarms. They seem to be in a lab. Blah, blah, I've lost where I'm up to. Another crew member follows instructions. Polly goes with a crew member to visit Jamie. The Doctor and Ben are given a tour of the lab. The Doctor realizes that this lab is actually a weather control center. The Doctor figures out the cause of the TARDIS nearly crashing. The Doctor realizes that the year is 2070, so over 100 years when it was being released and obviously filmed. Yeah, the Doctor introduces himself. One of the crew members introduces the Doctor and Ben to all crew members, all the other crew members, obviously. An alarm sounds. The Doctor overhears one of the crew members talking to their superior through a comms link, talking about a mystery virus. The crew realise that they have been bugged. The crew is instructed to enter a quarantine. The Doctor is taken to visit Jamie. The Doctor fills in Polly about what is going on in this lab known as the Moonbase. Jamie regains consciousness and says strange words. Ben teases Polly for helping the virus patients. The Doctor gives Ben a mission to complete. Ben is taken by one of the crew members to help clear up the Moonbase. Ben arrives at food storage. One of the crew members is killed by a Cyberman. Ben calls out for this crew member. The Doctor and Polly catch up. One of the virus patients screams. The Doctor and Polly work out that the Moonbase Doctor is dead. The Doctor goes to inform the captain of the Moonbase about the Moonbase Doctor being dead. Ben tells the captain about the crew member he was working with vanishing. Polly gives Jamie a drink, and Polly encounters a Cyberman and screams. So yes, that is my review of episode one of the Moonbase. Episodes 2, 3, and 4, as well as Evil of the Daleks episode 1, will also be coming up later in this episode. But next up, I'll be talking about the three specials in 3 minute video. Next up, I'm going to do it's not really a review, it's a rundown of what was talked about in the three specials in 3 minutes video, which if you want to go and watch, you can watch on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel. David Tennant recaps the events from all three of the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials, which are the Star Beast, World Beyond, and the Giggle, starting with Jodie Whittaker regenerating into him. Next is the Doctor's reunion with Donna. After that is the Doctor meeting Rose Noble, followed by Rose meeting the Meep, leading to the Nobles, the Meep, and the Doctor getting into a taxi. Next is the Meep turning evil. After that is the Worth Warriors taking the Meep to prison, followed by Donna spilling coffee on the TARDIS console, leading to the Doctor and Donna arriving on a spaceship at the edge of the universe. Next is the evil duplicate of the Doctor and Donna. After that is these evil versions, chasing the real Doctor and Donna, followed by the Doctor choosing the wrong Donna, leading to reuniting with the real Donna. Next is the Doctor and Donna reuniting with Wilfred Mott. After that is Unit arriving just by where the TARDIS has materialised to pick up the Doctor and Donna, followed by the Z-Dex, which is used to protect every unit member, leading to the Doctor re-encountering the Toymaker. Next is the Toymaker's dance to spice up your life. After that is the 14th Doctor being shot, and by generating into shooting outwards, 15th Doctor ending with the Nobles having lunch with the Doctor and Melanie Bush. So yes, that is my rundown of the three specials in 3 minutes. YouTube video. Next up will be my review of the Moonbase episode 2. It is now time for my review of the Moonbase episode 2, which was released originally on the 18th of February 1967. The Moonbase Doctor has disappeared. Jamie asks Polly for some water. A Cyberman is walking towards Jamie. This Cyberman continues to walk towards Jamie. The Cyberman takes a virus patient that isn't Jamie. Polly tells the Doctor about the Cyberman. Polly recounts what happened to the Captain. The Captain questions the Doctor. The Captain believes that every single Cyberman is dead. The Doctor decides to stay on the Moonbase to fight the Cybermen. The Doctor offers his help to the Captain. The Captain gives the Doctor 24 hours to figure out what is happening on the Moonbase. The Doctor accepts this condition. The Doctor tells Polly that he earned a degree from Glasgow in 1888. Some of the crew members test some of the machines. The Captain speaks to his superior. The Captain is issued an order. The Captain issues an order to the other crew members. The Doctor takes some samples from various crew members. Jamie is restless. Polly tries to calm him down. Jamie and Polly see another Cyberman. This Cyberman seems to kill Polly. Jamie refers to this Cyberman as the Piper. The Cyberman also seems to kill Jamie. The Cyberman kidnaps another of the virus patients. The Doctor finds Polly. The Captain catches. No, let's try that again. The Captain checks up on one of the crew members. A Cyberman appears from a hole in a wall. The Captain believes that it is the Doctor, Jamie, Ben, and Polly's fault that their machines are faulty. Ben informs the Captain of another missing virus patient. The Doctor and Polly pretend to look busy. Two Cybermen even knock some of the crew members unconscious. Polly's made some coffee. One of the crew members screams in agony and collapses. The Doctor realises that the sugar is to blame for the mysterious virus. The Doctor explains the virus to the Captain, Ben, and Polly. The Doctor, the Captain, Ben, and Polly are being cornered by a Cyberman. That is my review of episode 2 of the Moonbase. Next up, we'll be talking about the Get to Know Millie Gibson video. Next up, I am going to talk about the Get to Know Millie Gibson video. So, in this, Millie Gibson, who plays Ruby Sunday, the newest Doctor Who companion, is asked a series of questions. So, I haven't put the questions in, put the questions and put I've just put Millie's answers in. So, we know, because of this Get to Know Millie Gibson video, that Millie would like to travel to the 1920s. Millie would have 3 songs play on the TARDIS jukebox. The songs are I've Got a Woman by Ray Charles, I Shot the Sheriff, the Bob Marley's version, and the Shrek version of Funky Town. Millie wants a spray tan button in the TARDIS. Millie would take her grandmother on a trip in the TARDIS, and Millie wants a movie room to exist within the TARDIS. Next up will be my review of the Moonbase, episode 3. For this the plan of leaving Jamie alone, or trying to convince the Cybermen to leave Jamie alone even. The Cybermen have been converting several of the crew members into Cybermen. The captain issues instructions to the surviving crew members. The Cybermen's plan is to destroy Earth using one of the machines to change the weather. The Cybermen don't understand what revenge is. The Cybermen believe that mercy is unnecessary. The Cybermen insults the human brain. Jamie wakes up. Ben, Polly, and Jamie hatch a plan to save the Cybermen. The captain issues another order to the crew members. Ben and Polly make a substance to hopefully defeat the Cybermen. The Doctor is also trying to defeat the Cybermen. Jamie wants to help Ben and Polly. Tensions arise between Ben and Jamie. Ben and Jamie go to hopefully defeat the Cybermen. Polly stays behind. Polly then joins Ben and Jamie. Ben, Polly, and Jamie's plan works, and they knock the Cybermen unconscious. Some Cybermen, however, are still conscious. The captain issues orders to his crew. These Cybermen spare the life of one of the surviving crew members. Ben launches a solution at one of the Cybermen. The captain issues more orders to his crew, and more Cybermen arrive on the surface of the moon. Next up, I will be doing a rundown of the Get to Know Shooter Gatwa video. I am now going to talk about the Get to Know Shooty Gatwa video. So I'm going to do a rundown of what was talked about. And similar to the Billy Gibson one, I will be talking about the questions and answers in sentences instead of saying what the question is and the answer. So Shooty wants an adventure in Africa. Shooty wants Beyonce's Alien Superstar on the TARDIS jukebox. Shooty wants a washing up room within the TARDIS. Shooty would take his mum for a trip in the TARDIS, and Shooty wants a spa room within the TARDIS. Next up will be my review for the fourth and final episode of the Moonbase. So next up will be my review of the Moonbase episode 4. It's time for my review of the fourth and final episode of the Moonbase. So, the Moonbase episode 4 was originally broadcast on the 4th of March 1967. The captain and the doctor discuss the Cybermen. The Cybermen talk to the captain through a comms link. The doctor wonders what the Cybermen's weakness is. The Cybermen are aware of a rocket set to arrive on the moon. The Moonbase doctor seems to be working for the Cybermen. One of the crew members teaches Ben how to use one of the machines. Polly makes some more coffee, this time not containing sugar. The crew members... but that doesn't make sense. The crew members are told what is happening. The crew members explain what is happening to Ben and Polly, because I should mention that Ben and Polly, this story was originally in 1967, and not only have Ben and Polly encountered the Cybermen before with the first Doctor, they are from 1966, so some of the machines are incredible. They're futuristic, so I have no idea what they are. The Doctor, Ben, and Jamie talk about the Moonbase Doctor. The virus patients are waking up. They are also under the grasp of the Cybermen. Ben and Jamie work together to stop the virus patients from escaping. The Cybermen continue to communicate with the captain. The Cybermen have infiltrated the Moonbase by attacking the dome itself, leading to a lack of oxygen. The captain and crew member manage to seal the oxygen inside the Moonbase. On several occasions, more Cybermen land on the surface of the moon. The Doctor ignores the captain's instructions. The Cybermen's plan to destroy the Moonbase has failed. The Doctor issues instructions to the captain. The Cybermen are floating in space. The Cybermen have been defeated, and the Doctor, Ben, Polly, and Jamie return to the TARDIS. So I've now reviewed all 4 episodes of the Moonbase, but coming up next, I will be doing a rundown of the New to Who Companions video. I am now going to be talking about the New to Who Companions YouTube video, which you can check in full on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel, and I should put it in the description of this video. Without further ado, here is my rundown of the New to Who Companions YouTube video. Charles, who is one of the co-hosts on the official Doctor Who podcast, introduces this episode of New to Who and talks about the Doctor having companions. A clip from Rose is shown. Tyrell explains qualities that the Doctor's companions must have. A clip from Smith and Jones is shown. Tyrell explains who Rose, Tyler, and Martha Jones are. Another clip from Rose is shown. Tyrell explains Donna's first encounter with the Doctor. Clips from The Runaway Bride and The Bells of St. John are shown, as well as clips from Arachnids in the UK and the pilot. Clips are also shown from Dragonfire, The Face of Evil, and The Vanquishers. Next up will be my final review of this episode, and that is my review of episode 1 of Evil of the Daleks. So coming up next will be my Evil of the Daleks episode 1 review. It is time for my final review of the third bonus episode of the Everything Podcast, which is my review of episode 1 of Evil of the Daleks. Here is my Evil of the Daleks episode 1 review. This episode was originally broadcast on the 20th of May 1967. We start off with the theme tune. The TARDIS has been taken. The Doctor and Jamie run out of the vehicle with the TARDIS on board. They are unsuccessful in regaining possession of the TARDIS. The Doctor and Jamie try to locate the TARDIS. The Doctor tries to calm down Jamie on several occasions. Someone is spying on the Doctor and Jamie. The Doctor and Jamie hide from the man they were just speaking to. The person spying on the Doctor and Jamie knows who the Doctor is. The Doctor and Jamie get into a taxi. Two men talk about the TARDIS. A man knocks another man unconscious. The Doctor and Jamie check on the unconscious man. The Doctor and Jamie are locked in a room. The Doctor and Jamie manage to escape. Jamie motivates the Doctor. Two men talk about tricking the Doctor. One of them men enters a secret passage. This man tricks another man into meeting the Doctor and Jamie. The man is handed two photographs, one of the Doctor and one of Jamie. The Doctor and Jamie are in a coffee bar. A man screams at someone who has disappeared. A man talks to the Doctor and Jamie. The man walks away. A different man manages to unlock a door and opens it. This man uncovers the secret passage and a Dalek appears, and this Dalek talks to the man. So yes, that's it for my episode reviews for this episode. But we've got one final segment left, which is I will be talking about a video talking about Shooter Gatwa's first day on Doctor Who. As I just said, it's time for the final segment of this bonus episode, which is talking about Shooty Gatwa's first day on set. The full video is available, as always, on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel. Shooty talks about his first day on Doctor Who. Shooty mentions how David Tennant and Catherine Tate's acting roles made him want to be an actor. Shooty references the secrecy of Doctor Who, and particularly regarding his casting as the 15th Doctor. That is all of the segments for the third bonus episode of the Everything Podcast. Yes, so as I've just said, I've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this episode. So just a recap of what I've covered in this episode is I've reviewed all 4 episodes of the Moonbase, so episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as episode 1 of Evil of the Daleks, and we've also had some other videos, so we know a bit more about Millie Gibson, who will play Ruby Sunday, Shooter Gatwa, who will play the 15th Doctor, Shooter Gatwa's first day on set, new to Who companions, and what am I missing? And uh, and 3 specials in 3 minutes where David Tennant talked about everything that happened in the 3 Doctor Who 6th anniversary specials. So yeah, in the next bonus episode, I'll be reviewing some more episodes from Evil of the Daleks, and will be some more news. Remember, you've also got the daily episodes, because I don't know how often these bonus episodes, so I don't want to go, they're going to be out every whatever day, week, month, and they're not, because it's just going to depend on when I can record, because obviously the daily episodes have to take priority. So yes, let me know in the comments below what you thought of everything covered in this episode. And remember, you can also like and subscribe, and that's it for the third bonus episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.